Hi, I'm Shelley Levette with ChildCareLand.com, and today I want to share with you a bunny craft stick puzzle. We do a lot of craft stick puzzles in my early learning environment. They're easy to make, and the children really love to do them. You just need to have craft sticks. These are the jumbo craft stick size. They're fairly inexpensive, and you need to have this pattern, which can be found on my website at ChildCareLand.com. Underneath the video section, you just print that out. You can print it out on cardstock paper, regular paper. But for cutting, if you're going to use an X-Acto knife to cut this, after you attach it to the craft sticks, I recommend just using regular paper. For that, it's a little bit easier to cut through. You'll need to also have 8 craft sticks. This is an 8-piece puzzle for that. Glue stick you'll need to have. And I use painter's tape or masking tape when I make my craft stick puzzles. I have a video on how to make craft stick puzzles on YouTube already. So I'm not going to go into too much of a detail. But basically what you do is you line your 8 pieces or your 8 sticks up against something so they're all even. And then I put 2 strips of the blue painter's tape across each side of that. And then I flip it over and put the bunny puzzle on the front. I glue that entire sheet of the bunny puzzle and glue it onto the craft sticks. And then after that's done, I gently bend each piece back and forth a little bit to kind of separate in between. After you take the tape off, then you bend it, and then I take my X-Acto knife and then slice down on the puzzle. So there's 8 separate pieces. Other people may have different ways of doing it. But I found this is the way that works the best. And for these puzzles, they can certainly be done without magnets, but this is a metal tray. And on the back of the puzzle pieces, I have small magnets that have been cut in half attached. And that way, these pieces stay on the tray and they don't move around. And when children try to line up the pieces, they're not all shuffling everywhere. And those magnets, I just get them at Walmart. They're called magnetic buttons. They're just foam magnets. Or magnets with a foam backing on them, and they're self-adhesive. You just peel off the back of those, and then I cut them in half because they were too big for a whole magnet for each craft stick. The puzzle didn't go together well. So what would happen is I usually have these either in a small basket or a Ziploc baggie, and if you want, you can certainly print out the example of what it would look like, what the finished puzzle would look like, to have that handy, especially for younger children to use as a guide. And then the children would take the puzzle pieces and try to find or put them in the right order on here. Like so. And again, I just really love that these are magnets, and so they'll hold much better on here. I already know what order they go in, so I just kind of want to go fast on here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, small children may not be able to line them up so all the borders on this, pretty much the same here. It's just if they get them in the right order, that's basically what we're looking for in this type of a puzzle on here. Like so. But again, like I said, we do a lot of these. It's fun to make your own puzzles, and storage is really easy too. Here we go, and we got one more piece. For a bunny craft stick puzzle, I'm Shelley Levette with ChildCareLand.com, and thanks for watching. And I did want to mention, if you wanted a more detailed tutorial of the craft stick puzzles, you would look for the pumpkin craft stick puzzles on YouTube or my website. Again, thanks for watching.